Hey everybody, this is TJ Watkins. Welcome to day 79. Our video today is going to be titled, You Let Me In. So, I'm one of those weird people who learn from everything that happens in my space. I thrive on just picking up things, learning things, nuances, unseen things. I love seeing stuff that others miss because of their lack of awareness or curiosity. It's just my thing to pay attention and see things that others don't see. So earlier this week, I was feeling a bit under the weather and I thought, I'm going to binge watch some Netflix and grab a bag of potato chips and just say like, kind of fuck it. I want to just hang out and do nothing with my dogs. And I sometimes feel like it. I just want to stop thinking, stop being aware. I just want to zone out. And this was one of those nights. And as I'm scrolling down the Netflix deal, I come across this Netflix show. And this show is all about a very attractive, beautiful woman. And she goes out and she marries two guys and one woman with one purpose, and that is pretty much to rob them of all their finances, family finances, and all these things, and then just leaves them heartbroken. While they are romantically into her, she's taken their money and ran and leaves them with a little video. It's really cool. So these three exes of this beautiful woman, they get together. They finally meet each other and they get together and they are en route to go finding him. That's what this whole thing is about. And then they find her, they corner her in like a booth at the diner. And they talking like, oh, can you do this to us? Da, 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 da. And they ask these kind of questions. And she simply answered, you let me. And I jumped out of bed and gave my dogs a fright. And I said, yes, that's exactly it. You see, I talk to a lot of women in the coaching space, in the training space, in all of it. And I hear a lot of relationship stories. And most of the stories I hear is them not owning it or taking responsibility. And I'm the one that's always saying, you allow this to happen. You let him in. You let her in. And usually what I have come up with over the years, when someone has this cycle of repeating, making poor relationships about partners, I tell them, our little cure for this is to sit on your hands and not date for a while. Now, nobody likes this idea. Well, I gotta get out there, TJ. I gotta do this. I said, no, you will just attract the same thing. You will attract the next John, the next Lance, the next, they are just going to have a different suit on. But it's going to be the same person. What we need to discover is how you allow this to happen. How did you let them in? Which door was left open? And I tell you, this is the exciting part of relationship coaching and investigation, is when the client can go out and have tangible things to try. And then we discover what their vulnerabilities are. And it's always this. And this woman in this deal says, well, I told you what you wanted to hear because you were desperate in wanting to hear it. I filled the void. So sometimes when you're really desperate, you put out the desperate energy and you let things in that should never be let in. But it's part of the education. It's part of the learning. It's part of the growth. So by sitting on your hands and investigating how you did it, you come across your mechanism. But more important, you come across the energy that you put out. Because the energy that you put out sends out the signal to every Tom, Dick, and Harry that you are desperate. And when you are desperate, they know which buttons to push. And so you give your attention to that, and before you know it, someone has a hold on you. And you don't quite know why or how, but it goes that deep. And this whole exploration in this movie is about this. So I was absolutely, kind of excited, and I don't want to drop the name. You'll probably go find it on Netflix anyway. The point is that right now in your life, if there is anything in the relationship space, in any space that you are unhappy about, you let it in. And the key is to find how you did that. What energetic force created that? What was that mental driver? What was that thing? And then we can go trace back to earlier this week when we spoke about the unconscious mental patterns. This all ties together. And I wish I had planned this thing, but I didn't plan it this way. It just worked out that this was one of the videos. So I've got some homework for you. Right now, if you can identify the type of people or the type of person that you generally get into a relationship with, that then ends up having a hold on you, can you identify exactly what it is that is your vulnerability? How did you open that door? How did you let them in? Until I see you again, have fun with this stuff. This is so exciting. We're going to make great strides here. Until I see you again,